for Root. If you are, you're cheering on this guy in the upper right hand corner of the map from Root Gaming. Ladies, gentlemen, it's MaSa. Guys, down to the bottom right, it's Petraeus. I didn't mean to say it. Oh my god, what a failure. I'm about to be like, it's mYinsanity's Petraeus, and I just go, it's Petraeus. I'm like, oh shit, like, whoa, what am I doing? Need to zoom in and do my fancy camera work, but I caught myself off guard. That was kind of funny. Wow, so that was a complete fail by me. In the bottom right hand corner, the yellow Zerg player from mYinsanity, it's Petraeus. King Sky, man, your channel is awesome. Why isn't there more viewers? Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. I wish there's more viewers too. I'm kidding. Honestly, I haven't streamed so much lately because I've been handling my final report for university. But now that's over, I only have a very small amount of uni work left to do, and then it is full-time SC2 improve for the next year or so. It's gonna be fantastic, boys. I cannot wait. I think I'm going to go full-time for about a year or so. I think. I really need to get sponsors for Season 5 of the Team League first, and then I'm definitely going to do it if we can. So, we'll see how it goes. Shout out to a few guys who did hit the follow button on Twitch just after I did the shout-out beforehand. So, shout out to War Dog Leader, who's been creating some awesome chat in the chat tonight. Been asking some cool questions, which is what more chatters should do. Ask questions, be interactive. Also, Nugui has been hitting that follow button, as well as Amontadillo. So thank you guys for the follows. Glad you're enjoying the stream. We'll be live tomorrow as 6 links for Petraeus head out on the map, but unfortunately he doesn't know where his opponent is just yet, and so they won't make it towards that top right base quite in time to really punish the CC first, I don't feel. Although, I mean, okay, there's a bunker on the way up. It is a CC first against 6 links here early on here. So there is definitely potential to do some damage. I mean, there's only 1 Marine on the way right now. But it's like, I mean, he's got a bunker up, or he's about to get a bunker up. I guess he can run, but I mean, at the same time, he's gonna, he's just about gonna get into the bunker in time. But now there's a problem. Well, I mean, oh, he doesn't have a wall off. Oh, he does. He's got it. Oh, just in time. Engineering bay as well to make sure he hasn't enough hit points. Marine on the low ground to start working away at a couple of these Zerglings as well, and just going to stir step this away. He needs to try and keep it alive though, and we'll get that back into the bunker. Depot cancels, engineering bay cancels here, and another Marine will move down. Reactor and factory on the way to start going into towards the Hellions. He needs 6 Zerglings. Well, I think MaSa dealt with this very well. That was some really top-notch crisis management. Oh, until he loses his Marine. It was actually completely perfect until that point. These two SCVs alongside. Okay, so he loses 2 SCVs and a Marine. So in the end, it's okay. I mean, he went CC first against a pool first. It's going to be okay. He drops the 3rd CC now as well. He's going into his first Hellions and Starport to back this up, as well as a 2nd gas, something which Petraeus is going to spot right now. So yeah. This Evoke comes in and does see that Starport building. That's all he needs to see for now. Doesn't see the 2nd gas. Can probably assume it's going up at this point. So these guys getting off to pretty slow start and pretty exciting start in this game. But they're just going to chill out for a little while here until we get to see what's coming out of the Starport, basically. Game sound is too high, bro. I will sort that out a little bit after the game if everyone does agree with that. If everyone else thinks the game sounds too high, do let me know. Again, this isn't the computer I usually stream on. This is my laptop because I'm at home for a few days. And because I'm home for a few days, I'm just using my laptop to stream on. And I mean, I really dislike it actually. It's really ghetto setup. I've got this like crappy monitor as my 2nd monitor to be able to have Twitch chat open and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a bit ghetto, and we've had so many issues with XSplit because it's got the new version of XSplit for whatever reason, and there's so many issues with it, and it's been really annoying me. We've got Bane Nest on the way down here for Petraeus, feeling as though this is just defensive in case of a potential hellback attack, and that is definitely a possibility right now. This army on the way up here. Some Lings going for a bit of a run by. 2 Hellions pop out just about in time to clean this up though, and maybe 1 more worker's been killed off here. 3 workers killed in total this game, so it looks like one more just went down there. A couple of Hellions will move up this ramp and see if they can get anything done, which is an interesting move considering he's going into an armory, but he's actually adding on double armory, so he looks as though he's going to be going into mech behind all of this. So he's actually picked off 4 workers with these 4 Hellions, which isn't brilliant, but considering he is going to be looking to head in towards a mech composition, it doesn't matter so much if you lose your early... It doesn't matter so much if you lose your early Hellions, because you're going to keep producing them, so you can continue to keep the map control, you can continue to take your third base at a normal time anyway, because you're not cutting the Hellions to add on barracks, to add on upgrades, etc. Extra factories are now on the way, and so running them Hellions by makes a little bit more sense now. There's a third base starting to come up here from Petraeus, and I'm kind of excited about this, because watching Petraeus play against mech the last couple of weeks has been an absolute pleasure. I've cast him against Basic Cutie in the WCS Challenger qualifiers. I cast him against Jachi in the Gfinity qualifiers. I've seen this guy play against a hell of a lot of mech lately, and I can tell you he actually has a really cool style against it. He struggled a bit when we watched him against Lilicanon yesterday in the Team League as well, and that was a little bit of a shame, but other than that, generally what he's been going for is this kind of composition where he goes Roach Hydra, and he goes Roach Hydra for a little while, and he might actually not get to that because it looks as though he's just going to go for a big Ling Bane bust. So maybe I should stop talking about the potential of him going Roach Hydra and playing against mech here, because he looks to be trying to win this game now, but I'm a bit worried for him because he's literally going to be busting into a hell of a lot of Hellions, and I don't think he really realizes that there's so many Hellions here. No, I think this is really just a reaction. I think he's saying, you know, you lost all your Hellions, so I'm going to try and bust you. But instead, well, he's got Bane speed with this. These Hellions need to keep on kiting like crazy. We're going to see these start to head over towards the mineral line as well over there. There's a couple getting in towards the main base. 10 workers killed over here, and a few more down. 16 workers killed. Is it enough though? I mean, on a 3cc Terran play, I don't think this is enough damage done at all here, really, as one more Bane gets a pretty nice shot there, and these Hellions will continue to clean up the rest of these Zerglings. 19 workers killed in total, but that puts him at 44 drones against 40 SCVs. He now knows it's mech. He heals off a lot of the supply dealers. He's actually going to maybe get a couple more SCVs here. No, he's not, because the Hellions are going to come in and clean that up. 20 workers killed. He takes a 9 worker lead after just droning now. He's had a Spire come up behind this, and he's making a couple of Mutalisks, and, well, he's already got a few up. So he's going to have a handful of Mutas, literally only 6 or so. We saw him do this against Lilicanon, actually. He had 6 Mutas, and from there he went straight into the road. He's actually getting +1 flyer attacks, which makes me think he's going to commit a little bit more into these Mutas. He needs to be very careful, because if he's going to commit into flyer attack, the last thing he wants to do is do that, and then kind of not actually, you know, have any Mutas to use flyer attacks with. 3 Vikings already out though, and these Mutas are going to get caught. They're going to start going down, and Petraeus is not meant to be losing these right now. He's going to lose 1, 2. He'll get away with the other 2, but again, now we have to question, you know, does he really need this flyer attack? It could be that this is going to be useful for later in the game, and that's definitely a possibility, because having some kind of air army later on as the Zerg player is definitely something which is I forgot what I was going to say. It's definitely something which is kind of necessary against kind of big Banshee players, etc. So these Hellions just taking that tower for a moment or two, and now heading back up to the north side of the map. The Mutas going to continue to hunt these down. He did make a couple more Mutas after losing a couple, so he's still on 6. Again, he can't really do much with these. It's just to kind of keep the Terran back a little bit. He actually doesn't have a turret in the natural, unless I'm being really blind here. So he's actually going to be able to get some damage done with this. The 4s are out of position over at the third base. This is a big mistake by MaSa. I mean, literally, for 6 meters, all you need is 1 turret to cover a mineral line, and you're completely fine. So it's still a bit weird to see that he sees this base coming up, and he'll probably morph these Hellions into Hellbats and try and cancel that, maybe, perhaps. No, he's just going to move away for now. 6 workers killed by these Mutalisks. 1 goes down from the volley of the Vikings. And these Hellions actually going to come in from a different angle and look to try and hit this third base over to the right hand side. Roach is starting to move back in position. No, a couple of Banelings get a good couple of shots off here initially, and that will weaken these Hellions a lot, so that not many drones are actually going to go down here. 4 kills, but that was 6 Hellions in return. And that's going to be a kind of okay trade there for Petraeus. Upgrades are insane though on this mech army. He went for this double armory so early on, and that's something we don't see all too often now from mech and Terran players. And with 2-2 upgrades already on the way, his army is going to be very, very powerful. A lot of roaches coming up to this high ground here. I wonder if he's kind of, oh no, the fours are targeting the overseer, which is a big mistake, and now these roaches are just going to come up and try and see what they can do. They're taking down 2 fours already, and wow, he's actually making very short work of this entire army. I mean,